esteemed guests, community members, and visitors, please rise if you are able to as I present to you the members of the 2022 to 2026 Municipal Council of the Corporation of the Township of Springwater. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. I would like to acknowledge some special guests that we have with us. Former Mayor Don Allen, thank you so much for being with us this evening. I'd like to acknowledge members of the Springwater Management team who are with us this evening. Jeff Schmidt, CAO. Jasvinder Radigan, Director of Finance. Brent Spagnell, Director of Planning Services. Mahesh Ramdeo, General Manager of Infrastructure and Operational Services. Darren Verstraeten, Chief Building Official. Brianna Dean, Manager of Recreation, Parks and Facilities. Jeff Kirk, Director of Emergency Services and Fire Chief. Jeff French, Deputy Fire Chief. Jody Player Delgado, CEO of the Springwater Public Library. Aaron DeVried, Manager, People, Talent, Payroll, and Benefits, and Kimberly Ellis, Employee Relations Advisor. We're also joined this evening by federal representatives, representatives from the Ontario Provincial Police, mayors, members, and council and staff from Simcoe County municipalities, school board trustees, and past Springwater Township mayors and councillors. Thank you so much for joining us in this celebration. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Jennifer Marshall and Shelley Westlake Brown for organizing this evening's celebration. Thank you so much. To mark this new beginning, council members will now take their oath of office. Deputy Mayor Cabral is unable to be here this evening due to a family commitment, but he has taken his oath of office prior to this evening in the presence of myself. So in order to accommodate official photographs, we ask that you please refrain from any flash photography. I would like to invite the Honorable Justice Jim Crawford to the podium to witness the oath of office.
So I would like to ask Councillor-elect Matt Garwood to join me, please. Matt, raise your right hand and read the oath of office. You may place your left hand on the Bible if you wish.
I, Matt Garwood, having been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to ask Councillor-elect Daniel Alexander to join me. And Danielle, if you would please raise your right hand and read the oath of office. You may place your left hand on the Bible if you wish.
I, Danielle Alexander, having been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, I would ask Councillor-elect Brad Thompson to join me. Brad, if you will raise your right hand and read the oath of office, you may place your left hand, to be done, on the Bible if you wish.
I, Brad Thompson, having been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other inappropriate manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration, conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Next, I would ask Councillor Anita Moore to join me. And if you place your right hand and read the oath of office.
I, Anita Moore, having been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act, and I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Next, I would ask Councillor-elect Phil Fisher to join me. Phil, raise your right hand, please. And place your left hand on the Bible if you wish. And read your declaration of office.
I, Phil Fisher, have been elected to the appointment to the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will faithfully and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I will make this solemn promise and declaration, conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that this is of the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you.
Next, I would ask Mayor-elect Jennifer Coghlan to join me. Okay, if you could read your declaration of office, please.
I, Jennifer Coghlan, have been elected or appointed to the office of mayor in the municipality of the Township of Springwater, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing it that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you.
All right, so then I would ask Rick Webster to rise and present the chain of office to Mayor Jennifer Coghlan.
I think we should probably shake hands. Yeah, thank you.
It is my honor to present to you the 2022 to 2026 Council of the Township of Springwater. Mayor Coghlan, I hereby turn the proceedings over to you as the presiding officer.
Thank you, Clerk Ainsworth. I would like to now invite each member of council to the podium to make brief remarks. Councillor Fisher.
Good evening. Making the decision to seek public office is not one that comes lightly. I'd like to thank all of those who ran in the Springwater elections and all of those who voted in Springwater for taking part. Maintaining a healthy democracy at all levels of government is of the utmost importance. I believe in the power of government at all levels to make strong contributions to the lives of the citizens that elected them. Our Springwater Council is no exception, and I know that this collective will strive to be transparent and honest with the taxpayers that elected them. Municipal politicians and staff are typically the governmental frontline workers. Citizens should expect us to provide efficient and effective services to their community, build suitable infrastructure, deliver responsible budgets, all while protecting the natural beauty and environment of Springwater. I'd like to conclude by thanking my wife and family for their support during this election. I would like to thank the constituents of Ward 5 for their trust, And I would also like to thank Jack Hanna, our outgoing Ward 5 councillor, for his 3 terms and 12 years of service. Many residents have reached out to me and told me that I have a big set of shoes to fill, and I know that they are correct. I thank him, and I wish him a happy retirement. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
I will now call Councillor Garwood.
Good evening, Your Worship, fellow councillors, dignitaries, staff, and guests. It is a true pleasure to be here with you all this evening in person. As a new term of office begins and a new council is sworn in, today's ceremony represents the first page in Springwater's next chapter. It is our responsibility to foster an environment of accountability and transparency to build trust within our communities. Running for elected office is an experience unlike any other. Over the past 7 months, we've had a unique experience of connecting with Springwater residents while asking for your vote of confidence. A campaign is more than a candidate. A campaign's heart is made up of those who volunteer. To the families, friends, and supporters of council members in this room this evening, I know what you all have contributed. So thank you. A consistent theme heard throughout this election was unity. The residents of Springwater spoke, and their collective voices need to be heard. This council will listen, research, and govern with our community's unique needs in mind each and every day. I stand here this evening hopeful and full of optimism for the days, months, and years ahead. Mayor Coughlin, Deputy Mayor Cabral, Councillors Alexander, Thompson, Moore, and Fisher, congratulations. I look forward to working alongside you over this next term for the people of this incredible municipality. When my family and I decided to put my name forward for office, we decided we would only do so if it was done together as a family. To my wife Danielle and daughter Ivy, who I'm sure some of you have heard in the back, thank you for being my biggest supporters, for allowing me to follow this wild dream, and for your undeniable love. Your patience and encouragement made all of this possible. You consistently pushed me to be good, to be honest, and gave me the time to focus on this endeavor. I'm forever grateful for you both. As I embark on this new role, representing not only Ward 1 residents, but residents of Springwater, I'm honored to have been given the opportunity to be your voice and your advocate on council. Thank you.
I will now call upon Her Worship Mayor Jennifer Coughlin to deliver her inaugural address.
Thank you for being here to celebrate with us this evening, for making Springwater's future a priority to you. Thank you for your involvement in creating the team of council that sits before us. Your vote, your effort, whether knocking on doors, putting up signs, or endorsing us to your neighbors, thank you. You have compiled an energetic and dedicated council. To the members of neighboring municipalities and to my Simcoe County colleagues, you have become friends and mentors. Thank you for all your support. I love redefining the Old Boys Club with you. I would like to take time to acknowledge those in the audience who are past members of Floss, Vespra, Elmville, and now Springwater Council. You have laid a strong foundation for us. Your service and your foresight and your diligent contribution to what I believe is going to be the most significant and exciting term for Springwater. It was precisely 60 years ago that Frank Coughlin, my husband's grandfather, was sworn in as Reeve of Floss. I live in the same house he did. I serve the same communities he did. And unlike Frank in 1962, my duties as mayor do not include lighting the dump on fire on Sundays. I truly believe the historic values and rural roots of his reign hold true today. We simply and wholeheartedly want the best for generations to come. My daughters are the 5th generation in our home. Their great-grandfather was Reeve. Their papa served on council, and now their mom is mayor. Public service, a sense of civic duty, is simply in us. It is how I was raised, why I serve you, and how I'll continue to raise my daughters. Giving back to the communities and people that make our lives whole is an honor. Councillors Garwood, Alexander, Thompson, Moore, and Fisher, I am beyond excited to see what we can do together. Springwater has chosen a dynamic team to design our future. Congratulations to each of you. CAO Schmidt, you have compiled a rock star team. Albeit lean, it's fierce. They follow in your steadfast dedication to our municipality. You entered your role as CAO in what feels like minutes before a global pandemic, coupled with union negotiations, and still you lead Springwater as a municipality where people want to work, live, and play. Springwater is beyond fortunate to have you, and I am truly grateful for the opportunity to partner together as leaders. An election is all-consuming, not just for candidates, but for staff as well. For this evening's event and everything leading up to it, staff, I thank you. It is said that the best way to predict your future is to create it. I'm excited to shape Springwater's future with you. I'm gonna try and not look. To my family and my friends that have become family, your support over the last 8 years and throughout this last election means so much. And then there are those in the front row. Without you, I would not be standing here as mayor. Thank you to my in-laws and my parents for always being there, supporting us in so many ways. And to my mom for showing me that with planning and hard work, anything is possible. Mark, I love you. You have supported every dream, no matter how ridiculous or ambitious. My dreams are a reality because of you. And finally, to my biggest, and albeit now not so littlest supporters, Rachel, Lauren, and Emma, for every sign you epoxied, for every sticker you put on, and every door you ran to. I've spent most of your life serving our community, and I know it's hard sometimes when mommy misses things, but just know that your mom and every person in this room is working together to ensure that your community is a place you can prosper in at every stage in your life, and that Springwater is a place you are proud to call home. I love you girls, and thank you. May I have a mover and seconder to adjourn the inaugural meeting of council? Councillors Moore and Alexander, and all in favor? And that is it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a reception, so please join us for this evening's celebration.
Hey.